Good evening, guys. It is New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that because it feels like yesterday when I got my first ever sales job and made my first online money back a year ago. What do you mean 6 months ago I posted my first piece of content and I started building a personal brand? Like, what? That's so crazy to me. Anyways, I wanted to talk about how I'm feeling and my thoughts going into my trip to Cape Town, South Africa, because it's a huge move for me. I am 21 years old and I'm going solo to a place that I've never been. My bloodline, family, none of people that I know in my circle has ever gone this far across the globe, especially solo. I'm not just gonna lie and say, oh, it's sunshine and rainbows, I'm going to a beautiful place. And no, I'm not advocating for any of that. I want to be real and honest with you guys. And so yeah, I'm terrified. Like, I'm genuinely scared. This video is not just for people who are traveling far by themselves. This is for anyone who's going through something really hard, maybe something that provokes a lot of fear out of them. And the same thing that I'm using to approach this situation can be applied to any other area of your life. Fly out to Cape Town in 2 full days. January 3rd is the day that I leave, and it feels so real. Back in June, I remember feeling so called to this city. Like, I would see so much content on Instagram and TikTok of Cape Town, and it looked something similar. It looked so similar to Hawaii, and I love mountains, ocean, and warm weather. And so it's like the most ideal city for everything that I'm looking for in a destination. And so when I saw Cape Town, I was like immediately drawn. I was like, I have to look into going to this place. And that's what I did. Eventually, I looked into flights and I was like, okay, something in me feels so called and connected to this city. I don't know what it is. I can't describe it, but I just really need to go there and just experience it. And so that's what I did. I went in and I just clicked booked. Now, I actually recorded that on my Instagram. You can go and watch that piece of content. I actually recorded in live me booking that flight. I was so terrified. If I ever come off as like, oh, this is easy, or I make it look easy, or I'm too confident, or whatever it may be, deep down, I feel just as terrified as you. But I truly believe what gave me the confidence to book a solo flight across the entire globe, a place I've never been to, no family, no association, I don't know anyone going there, is doing little actions that gave me evidence to support that I can do something big like this. So for example, I moved out of my hometown and went to college at the University of Central Missouri. I did that for a semester, but it still gave me the experience of being out of my hometown. Then not even half a year later, I moved to Miami, Florida, which was a step further from that. And then it gave me even more confidence. It's like, okay, if I can move across to Miami, a completely different culture, and then I can go from that to basically anything. Cape Town is a step further from that because I've never been international, and especially going across an entire body of an ocean, like, that's crazy, okay? Flying over the entire Atlantic Ocean is terrifying to think, one, like, that's crazy. Basically, confidence follows evidence. So the more evidence you acquire, the more confident you will be. Over time, I had acquired this evidence that I can do things by myself and I will survive, because our minds are wired for survival, not success. And so doing these little actions one by one has compounded over time into me having the confidence to take it another step further. And so it's not that the fear ever went away. It's just that I have more confidence because I built the evidence, or I acquired the evidence. And so what I've taught myself is that every time I feel scared to do something, that it doesn't mean I'm going to die. It just means that I'm human and I can still do the thing despite that emotion. The way I look at it is, picture books in a bookshelf, and every single book has their own values and goals inside of it. Not every book has the same aligned values as what I'm after. And so it doesn't mean I need to get rid of the book and throw it off the bookshelf. It can stay there. I'm just going to go pick the one that is aligned with what I'm trying to do. So the same applies for this, which is like, I want to level up my life. I want to rewire my brain. I want to get myself from level 10 to level 100. And in order to do that, I need to take on different actions. So it's like, for me, I'm going to pick that book and I'm going to go fly to Cape Town, South Africa. Rather than trying to throw out all the other books, I'm going to leave them there. I'm not going to do anything. All of these people judging me over here, I'm not going to do anything about them. You can stay there. You can come with me even. But I'm going to Cape Town, South Africa, and I'm going to do what's aligned with my values and goals. I say that because some people will say, oh, well, you're just suppressing your thoughts and feelings. And I don't suppress my thoughts and feelings at all. I take them with me. And so when I'm going to South Africa, I'm terrified, but it doesn't mean I'm suppressing my feelings by saying, oh, maybe I should listen to what everyone's telling me and just stay home. It means that I can feel all of the emotions and have people judge me and still go and take action despite all of that. Because the reality is there's no external force holding you down. You can take action despite all of those things happening to you. This isn't normally something that I talk about, but I want to talk more about it because I genuinely love human psychology and mindset and just in general leveling up, because that's the kind of stuff that actually helped me. I've had people give me advice in the past and they weren't people that I aspired to be like, or I wouldn't trade positions with them. And so it was discreditable advice. And take that risk. It's so worth it because what you're doing is you're gaining the evidence to support that you can do the thing. Nobody can steal, borrow any of it. That's a skill that lives with you forever. The mindset that I'm taking with me on this trip is what got me from level 1 to 10 doesn't get me from 10 to 20. Different actions get you different results. If I want to take myself to a new level, I have to take on different behaviors. I can't keep doing what I was doing because I'm just gonna stay there. As scary as it is, I just have to go do the thing anyways. People are telling me when I first get there, I'm going to get robbed immediately. I guess Cape Town is one of the most dangerous cities in the world, not just South Africa, but the entire world. It's very alarming for me, but it's just a new skill that I have to learn, being street smart, learning how to navigate in the city and be smarter. I can't be naive. Like being in America, I can walk around with my phone, but in Cape Town, I have to, hide it. There's a lot of valuable lessons that I learned from being in a city like that because it teaches me how to adapt. I would prefer to be able to walk around a city with my phone out, but if I can't, then it is what it is. I'm just gonna adapt and learn how to manage without it. That's just a luxury that I don't realize that I have here, and that's a cool lesson that I get to learn being in an environment like that. Another thing I learned about Cape Town is there's load shedding, and what that means is they cut off the power to the city at certain hours throughout the day. That's crazy. It goes to show you that it's obviously not first world. It's considered developing, but nonetheless, I have this app, and so when I go on the app, it shows me, okay, and it's 6 a.m. to 8 a.m., the power is going to be out. From 10 p.m. to 12 a.m., the power is going to be out. And so as an American, you don't realize like that's actually a thing in other parts of the world. This is new. This is interesting. It's hard and I have to be safe. From my perspective as an American, it's alarming because I'm like, oh, well, when the power is out, how is my safety going to be? Like, what am I going to do if my phone dies or goes out of battery? Like there's things that can really play a part. There's little things that people don't realize that could actually turn out to be bad. The interesting thing about Cape Town, based off of the pictures that I've seen, is that the infrastructure is very similar to America's. You wouldn't think that Cape Town is a city in Africa. Wait till you see my content. You're going to be like, this is in Africa? I didn't picture this to be Africa. Like, it's interesting. And I have to be really cognizant of the fact that some areas may look safe when in reality you really need to watch your guard. And I really hope I don't fall to that, because in America it may look like some nice little easy walk, like whatever, like, oh, it looks safe over here, and then things can go south really fast. So safety and crime is definitely something to take serious on this trip, for sure. Guys, if I'm shaking in my voice, it's just because it's so cold out here. As I've reflected in the small time I've been in Missouri, I've realized how important it is to get out of your environment and put yourself in different cultures that rewire your brain, because you don't realize how different parts of the world are, and it changes your perspective on so much. And it honestly, I would argue, makes you more successful because you have new perspectives, you have a more open mind, and open mind beats a closed mind all day in terms of moving the needle forward. And so my goal is like, okay, I've realized after being in Missouri for this amount of time that I am starting to be stagnant. I need to level up and rewire my brain and realize that there's a much higher ceiling than what I see in my small hometown. People think success here is like 80,000 to 100,000 a year. No shade. I think that's great. I think it comes down to your values and goals. But for me, it's like there is a higher ceiling. And I saw that in Miami. And it's like after being in Missouri, I feel like icky. I'm just like, I love you, Missouri, but I'm also like, I need to go to a bigger environment. I need to go get around bigger minded people. In Bolivar, you feel like this, people here kind of judge. You feel it whenever you post. It's just not. But whenever I go to a new environment, I feel like I could post 100 times in a day, because everyone else is posting too, and you feel more confident. You feel like, okay, if everyone else is doing this, I can do it as well. But nobody else is doing that here. It's just kind of you and yourself. Like when I was in Miami, everyone's recording with their tripod out in public. But when I came to Bolivar recording with my tripod, it was like, who are you? It's crazy. Culture is so different. For me, I want to post more content, and being in Bolivar makes that harder. Can I do more by being here? 100%. But does it make it harder? Yes. And so I want to put myself in an environment where it makes it easier for me to succeed, not harder. And so going to Cape Town will honestly set the bar higher, and I want to post more and level up. So that being said, I'm going to take you guys along the way. You guys are coming along my journey. I'm going to be recording everything. I can't believe this is my last ever video, 2025. This is so sad. Okay, I'm going to have to go. But I'm scared, I'm happy, I'm all of the emotions, and I'm gonna take you guys along the way, and you're gonna see and experience this in real time with me. My piece of advice to end off this video is act like the person you want to become. Surround yourself around people who make it easier to succeed, not less. All right, peace.